My child, sit for a moment and let everything around you settle like still water when the wind stops. For I am drawing near, and I want you to listen not with ears or mind, but with the deepest part of your soul. Today is not a casual message, not a random pause in the noise of the world. This is the moment I whisper into your spirit something greater than the rush of the day and higher than any plans you have written. There is a movement coming, not loud like human voices, not dramatic like storms broadcast across screens, but the movement of heaven and earth, the shifting of unseen currents before human eyes can detect what is rising. And I call you into this moment not to make you afraid, but to ready you, not to make you shrink, but to place you exactly where I have positioned you. You have felt it already, haven't you? Those subtle stirrings in your spirit, as if the air has shifted though the sky remains clear, as if something beneath the ground is preparing to change its rhythm, as if your soul keeps turning toward the horizon even while your eyes look at everyday life. Do not name it anxiety. Do not assume it is unease. I tell you, it is spiritual intuition awakened by my hand. It is the radar of the spirit beginning to receive signals of a new season. It is the footsteps of heaven approaching the space where you dwell, not to shake you into fear, but to divide, to lift, to rearrange, to purify, to bring mine into their rightful places. In the days to come, there will be tremors both in the natural and in the spiritual atmosphere around you. Not to destroy, but to awaken, to protect what must be guarded, to gather what has scattered, to open what has been blocked for too long. I warn you not with thunder, but with a soft knock upon the door of your heart. Because those who are mine do not need shouting to understand. A single breath of my spirit is enough to prepare the soul. And I choose to tell you because you are not meant to walk into what is coming as a bystander. You are appointed as a watchman, one who stands on the wall, one who intercedes in silence, one who carries light while many seek refuge in panic and noise. You are not called to fear, you are called to see. You are not called to chase human news, you are called to stay tuned to heaven's rhythm. You are not called to cling to what is earthly, for those who cling to earth tremble when it shakes, but those who hold to heaven stand when all else sways. You will watch the world shift in its posture. Those without understanding will feel restless. Those clinging to control will tighten their grip. Those who place their safety in possessions or personal plans will feel breathless. But you will walk differently. You will walk in faith that does not shake, in peace that comes from me, in swift obedience, in a heart alert but unafraid. You will witness a world craving roaring answers while I teach you to hear the gentle wind. You will see many run, while I tell you to stand. Not stand still in fear, but stand rightly. Stand in light. Stand in discernment. Stand in the word. Stand in prayer like breath, not strained, not hurried, but steady, like the life rhythm of a soul already warned by heaven. The days ahead will not require your loudness, they will require your sight. They will not ask for panic, they will ask for awakening. They will not ask you to build walls of self-protection, but walls of intercession. They will not ask you to store up out of fear, but to store up in Scripture, in presence, in obedience, in shaking. Safety does not belong to the place you hide, but to the one in whom you stand. In refining fire, what holds you is not what you prepared outside, but what you allowed me to form inside. You will not overcome by force, you will overcome by rooting deep. And I tell you, when this wind comes, what is not rooted will fly, but what is planted in me will stand, and not only stand, but become shade for others trembling in the heat. Listen deeply, I am not here to frighten you. I am here to illuminate you. I am not drawing you into retreat. I am drawing you into assignment. You are not merely warned, you are commissioned. You do not simply hear, you are entrusted. You do not simply avoid the shaking, you stand to shield your household through your obedience. My child, breathe. This is the time heaven looks not for those strong in noise, but those strong in stillness, not those who know everything, but those who know how to remain near me, not those who perform spirituality, but those who bow low before me and stand tall before circumstance. I place you where you are, not because you are flawless, but because you are chosen, and my choosing is never wrong. I call you to stand not with a heavy burden, but with the light mantle of one entrusted with faith. This is the hour to listen, not predict, to follow, not scatter, to dwell in me, not hide from the world. And if you keep your heart open as it is now, I will speak again. This is only the beginning. I will take you deeper, my child. Let my words pour into you like a river that does not pause, does not shift tone. For what I begin, I do not abandon halfway. Do not grow impatient, wanting to know everything at once. Do not seek to have every answer in a single breath. For spiritual life does not move by flickering lamps, but by light that grows as you trust and as you draw near to me. I lead you step by step like one guiding a child through a winter night, hand in hand, breath beside breath, not rushing you forward, but carrying you in the rhythm of safety so that each step you place rests upon ground I have leveled. In the days ahead, things will unfold that shift hearts faster than weather turns, and news will change faster than rain and sun. People will look to one another to decide how to stand. While I call you to look up, you will see confusion not only on the streets but also in the hearts of many. For when seasons turn, those who have not rooted deeply in me scramble for something to grip. But you do not cling to human voices, you anchor to my whisper. And because of that, you will remain in peace even as the ground trembles beneath others. Do not be surprised when you feel your heart lifted above the world in these days, as though you see through a clear window and are no longer tangled in the old noise. It is not that you are abandoning life, you are finally entering life rightly by light. Not panic, by knowing, not reacting. And some near you will ask why you are so calm, why you do not worry, why you do not rush with them to prepare as they do. Smile silently, for they do not know that you have already prepared, not with arms full of things, but with your heart full of my presence. For when the world shakes, refuge is not where one runs into, but where one runs out from out of the flesh's instinct and into the heavenly nature I have planted in you. You will have moments when you hear the wind change voice, not earthly wind but spiritual wind. It does not howl to threaten, it whispers to draw you closer to me. When you sense it, do not hurry after schedules or noise. Pause, as though someone touched your shoulder and said, "Stand still. Listen to me." That is not delay, that is the preservation of spiritual life. The enemy does not strike in noise, he strikes where silence is neglected. But you, I am teaching you silence with authority. Silence, not from fear, but because you are listening for strategy from the source. There will be nights I wake you, not to worry, but to intercede for what has not yet arrived. Do not complain when I stir you in the dark. It is the privilege of those who carry watchman keys. When you pray in unseen hours, the angels stand ready like a hidden army, awaiting your words to rise like commands of light. Not commands to rule heaven, but commands that open heaven where and when it must open. The intercession of the chosen does not sound like the pleas of the unawakened. Your prayers are not born from escape, but from assignment, from standing between heaven and earth, between light and shadow, between peace and disorder, between the word and the world's noise. I am not placing burden on your shoulders. I am placing honor. A soul called to watch does not live like the crowd. They live as heaven's eyes in the place I put them. And know this, not every shaking is judgment. Many are deliverance. Not every falling structure is failure. Many are the breaking of what does not belong to me so I may build what does. But in all of it, those who stand in the right place will be kept, and those who hear my voice will cross without fear. In the coming season, do not lean on momentary emotion. Emotions soften when skies are calm and harden when tested. But my spirit in you does not change, so let the one within you define what you do, not the swing of days or the noise of minds. I will draw you back to my word, not as a spiritual discipline, but as breath itself. Each time you open my word, remember you are not performing religion. You are laying stones of a fortress around your household, line by line, and when you obey quickly, you erect a covering not only for yourself, but for those within your reach whom you love. Your obedience is not invisible. It creates refuge for many who do not know they live under the shelter of your prayer and your steadfastness. You are not asked to save the world. I have done that. But you will save those I place in your path through light, discernment, peace, and prayer. And you will see. When the winds rise, people will look not for the loud and hollow, but for the one who was quiet and bright. So remain in me daily, not by straining your soul, but by staying close. Do not try to be strong, be near. Do not try to explain, be near. Do not try to prove, be near. For near me, you hear, hearing, you know, knowing, you obey, obeying, you stand, standing. You become the lamp others will see in the night. Beloved child, I do not ask you to be perfect to be used. I ask you to be soft and ready. And you are soft. You are ready. Breathe. For I am still taking you deeper. Breath by breath. My child, keep your breath steady in this rhythm. Do not shift your heart. Do not raise your inner voice. Simply remain in the sky I am opening over you, and let my word continue to sink like morning light filtering through leaves. Unhurried, yet unstoppable. For what I am building in you now is not emotion. It is spiritual structure. You are stepping into a place few reach, where heaven's warnings do not cause panic, but holy stillness settles into the marrow, keeping you from sleeping when heaven is awake. Remember, this danger is not in disruption itself, but in sleeping while disruption approaches. And I love, so I steer. I do not let you sleep, because there are those I love behind you, under your roof, walking in your footsteps, and your alertness will be their covering. In the days ahead, you may feel unnamed moments, a pause by the window where your heart falls strangely still, a moment during work when your hands stop not from tiredness but because your spirit is being drawn somewhere deeper. A moment you watch the light fall on the wall and know it is not merely the sun but a reminder that my light is still watching over the territory where you dwell. Do not overlook those moments. They are not distractions. They are summons. They are me telling you to look up. Breathe in. And remember that something is being prepared in the sacred unseen. And you do not stand in the stream of life as a passerby, you stand as a gatekeeper. You will find your heart becoming more sensitive to the movements within others, not to judge, but to intercede. When someone near you suddenly becomes heavy, agitated, confused, lacking peace, do not see them with earthly eyes, see them with spiritual sight, and know something is shaking them. And your prayer may be the unseen shield they do not yet know they need. When someone grows weak, do not say they are weak, say within, this is my moment to cover them. This is the calling of a watchman, not to show a title, but to stand through the night and hold the wind back from entering the home of those you love. My child, there will be moments when I nudge you to change a habit, stop a conversation, leave a place, turn off a piece of content, or open the scriptures without a clear reason. Do not drown it in questions. Swift obedience in this time will shield you from what the eye has not yet seen. For many spiritual battles do not arrive with noise, they arrive as a wrong thought, a shifted emotion, a mistakenly opened door, a moment of prayer neglected when you were meant to stand. And I do not desire that for you. When you hear me say, stand, do not wait for logic, stand. When I say, do not speak that word, be silent. When I urge you, intercede now. Whisper even a single line. In doing so, you are not only listening, you are securing territory. I am not teaching you vigilance out of fear of evil. I am teaching you vigilance because I am trusting you with spiritual ground. The place you live is not merely your residence, it is your appointed dominion in the unseen realm. And anyone who steps into that territory will feel something peace settling like gentle oil, and darkness knowing there is a watchman at this gate. You do not guard by staring with wide eyes, you guard by keeping your heart rightly open, not tense, not suspicious, not negative, not strained, simply aware and still. And if your heart asks, Father, am I enough? I answer, now the very fact that you asked proves you are standing rightly. Those who trust in themselves do not ask this. Those who belong to me ask only to hear me affirm. And I affirm you, you are not enough because you are strong. You are enough because I am enough within you. You do not need to know the whole plan to walk in your part. You only need to know my voice. This season does not require great intellect. It requires a sensitive heart. It does not require running fast. It requires staying close. It does not require loud warfare. It requires steady intercession. It does not require a stage. It requires the secret place. I have begun to shift boundaries. I have begun to sift. I have begun to separate light from darkness even before human eyes can see it clearly. And in the midst of it, I do not want you confused when the winds change. I want you rooted like a tree planted by the waters, not swayed by human trust, not withered for lack of my word, not trembling at the whisper of the world, but living, breathing, and reflecting peace as proof that you know who holds time in his hands. So keep breathing in me, without rushing, without forcing, without striving. Your breath is a prayer. Your gentle bow is a declaration. One quiet Father in the night outweighs 1,000 hurried prayers. I hear, I see, I guard, and I will lead you into the next phase, where you will not only receive warning, but carry authority. I am not finished. I will speak again. Stay here in my light, and I will take you deeper. My child, keep that rhythm of breathing. Let no thought rise to stir the waters. I am leading you like one guiding a soul through the silent land. Only those who are called can hear the heartbeat of heaven within. Now, what I want to press even deeper into you is this: preparation is not outer action first, it is placing the heart rightly. Many seek safety by gripping what they can see and hold. But you do not hold fear. You do not hold control. You hold the living word. And so, though the world shifts, your heart does not tilt with the ground, but rises with my breath. Look within you, for it is no longer the old inner landscape. It is being rebuilt on the cornerstone I raise. You no longer stand on flat ground, but on the firm foundation of discernment and peace. And because of this, there will be moments you feel holy weight in ordinary days. You will walk down a street, hear the hum of cars, see people passing, and suddenly your soul will sink into a deep gravity as though the atmosphere has shifted color. This is not sadness. This is heaven drawing the curtain, letting you perceive you are living between two realms, the world seen, and the world preparing to shift the course of your personal history and the territory entrusted to you. There will be moments when someone comes to your heart, someone you have not thought of for a long time. Do not ignore it. Intercede for them the very moment their name rises. For that is not memory, it is a bell. I place their name in your spirit not to stir emotion, but to call you into the ranks of those who know how to use a whisper to push back darkness and draw light forward. Every time you intercede, even with one quiet breath, you are not merely speaking to heaven, you are activating protection around that soul. And sometimes, they will be spared from something they do not even know is approaching, simply because you were standing in the right moment. In the coming days, you may sense a strange movement within, not haste, yet not passivity. That is the engine of the Spirit working, not a tired mind. I did not form you for restlessness. I formed you for Spirit-led responsiveness. When I speak softly, you will know. When I say stop, your will shall soften. When I nudge you to speak a small word that brings peace to someone, do not hold it back. Sometimes one sentence from your lips saying, "I see you." Do not fear is my embrace delivered through your voice. Do not think you are merely yourself. You are a lamp I hold in my hand. And prepare for this, there will be a day when I ask you to leave a conversation that looks harmless. I will call you to rise from a table where the atmosphere is not right. I will pull your heart away from light jokes that carry the scent of the night. Not because I want you removed from the world, but because I want your ears undefiled so you can hear me clearly. Your ears were not created for debris. Your heart was not made to store the world's noise. You belong to peace. And so you must guard the inner place so that when I speak a word, you receive it like a mountaintop catching dawn's first light. Do not fear losing rhythm with the world. The only fear I want in you is the fear of losing rhythm with me. And you will not lose it if you remember me in the smallest things. When you drink water, remember I am the source. When you step out under the sky, remember I am broader than the sky. When you turn off the light at night, remember darkness has no authority. It is merely a place where light has not yet been lit. You are that light, and I will not let you go dim, for I do not light a lamp to hide it under a bed. You are learning to stand at the intersection between peace and vigilance, between stillness and listening, between humility and authority. That is the stance of a watchman. No one knows they are there when the city sleeps. But when the night wind shifts, they are the first to feel it. And I want you to know this, what I build in you quietly. The world will see when the time comes, not see through words, but through atmosphere, not through a sign, but through presence. People will breathe easier sitting beside you in silence. They will fear less when they see calm in your eyes. They will wonder why you are not shaken as they are. That is when you answer not with argument, but with one sentence deep enough to open a door. My Father spoke to me before it came. And if you begin to feel a holy weight like someone placing an invisible cloak on your shoulders, do not assume you are weary. That is a mantle of assignment. You do not strain to hold it, it holds you. It is not for display, it is for walking through the night without becoming cold. The weight is not burden, it is honor. The world lifts shoulders because of burdens. The chosen lift shoulders because they carry light in silence. This is your place. This is your hour. I stand with you, and when the wind changes, you will not turn out of fear, you will turn with me as I lead. Now sit one more moment with me. Do not rush outward. I still have breath, still have fire, still have words for you. and I will continue to breathe until your soul stands firm as a mountain, gentle as water, radiant as dawn. You are in the right place. Do not leave, my child. Remain here. Do not let your heart drift back to the world's noise right now. I am laying deep foundations, and the deeper the foundation, the steadier the house when winds arrive. You do not see the wind yet, but I see it. You do not hear the earth breathing, but heaven hears. You do not yet see what is forming, but I am preparing you before it becomes visible to human sight. This is not the time to prepare by feeling. This is the time to prepare by my word. And preparation by my word begins not with hands, but with a heart in its rightful place. There will come a moment, my child, when everything around looks normal. Yet your soul knows this is no ordinary morning. When you step out your door and feel a strange peace beneath the surface, when your heartbeat speaks a language different from yesterday, when you walk through the street and no longer see life as before, you notice movements others ignore. For I am teaching you to read time, not merely exist in it. And here lies the beauty. You are not growing tense, you are growing awake. Awake not from anxiety, but from love. I love, so I warn. I warn, so you love those around you with quiet watchfulness. Others may believe they are walking rightly because they see nothing unusual. But you, the one I call, have never been led by human sight. You are led by breath, by light, by the soft rhythm I placed within your chest. When the atmosphere shifts, do not panic. Smile in your spirit and whisper, I hear you, Father. For in that whisper lies heaven's signal to the one who is willing to hear. Heaven does not shout to the awake. Heaven whispers, and you are awake. In this season, my child, you may notice small things growing large, a quiet inner voice inviting you to pause before reacting, a sudden urge to intercede for someone who passes briefly through your thoughts, a scripture rising in your spirit like a morning bell. Do not call these ordinary. They are heaven's communication. You are clean and open, and I am using that channel. Every small signal I send is another stone you place on the wall that completes the fortress of your spirit. Not a wall that separates you from people, but a wall that lets you stand between darkness and those I desire to save. You have begun to understand your role is not to foresee, but to keep the gate, not to alarm, but to cover. You guard by presence. You triumph through stillness. You awaken by a steady gaze that does not tremble. And those who seek refuge will find in you the imprint of heaven. They will feel themselves steadier simply by standing near you. This is not because of you, but because I dwell in you. But listen carefully, your stillness must never turn into negligence. True peace never falls asleep. It is quiet yet watchful, gentle yet sharp, soft yet discerning. A watchman does not shout at the wind when it rises. He simply turns his face toward it to feel where it comes from. That is who you are in this season, a soul who knows from where the wind arrives and who commands it. There will be nights when I call you to pray only for a few minutes, not to strain, but to guard the gates of your spirit so they do not swing open to the wrong rhythm. Do not dismiss short prayers in the night. Night does not need many words, night needs light. And every whisper you offer becomes a beam placed into dark space. No eyes see it, but darkness knows. No ears hear it, but angels receive their charge. You are not praying alone, you are activating heaven while humanity sleeps. This is the battle no applause sees, yet heaven records it, and hell trembles at it. My child, if there are moments when your heart feels as if the ground trembles, not under your feet, but inside your chest, do not fear. It is not danger approaching, it is calling emerging. Seeds tremble in the soil before they break open. Hearts tremble before purpose rises. Do not suffocate that trembling with logic. Do not drown it with old habits. Let it breathe in you. I am touching to unlock. And what I unlock is not to expose, but to entrust. You will notice others searching frantically for answers. They will seek teachers, videos, voices, but you will not run to decode. You will walk by my whisper, and that is why you will stand. Those who analyze tremble. Those who listen to heaven remain firm. Many gather information. You gather the word. Many prepare by strength. You prepare by nearness. Many strive to prophesy. You simply become sensitive. Remember, this safety does not come from knowing all things. Safety comes from being led. What I do not reveal, you do not need. What I whisper, hold like treasure, and walk in softness. For a hardened spirit cannot hear when heaven speaks quietly, but a tender one turns at the slightest breeze. Now breathe deeply, my child, and stay beneath this peace that rests upon you like dawn mist over the fields. Do not fear shaking. Shaking does not strike those rooted in my will. It comes to separate, to divide true from false, living from lifeless, mine from the world's, and you will not be swept away. You are planted. I am pleased with how your heart has opened. You are listening rightly. You are hearing rightly. And I have much more to speak, many layers to unfold, much breath to pour. Do not step away. I am still breathing into you, and the next word will go even deeper. Let your heart continue opening like skies after rain, not tense, not afraid, but receiving the clarity I am pouring. For once a soul has touched this stillness, it can never return to the old, unconscious way of living. You have stepped into the watchman's realm, and here your breath must be deep, your sight bright, your heart trained to discern between human noise and my quiet voice. Not every voice is danger. Sometimes the loudest sound is merely human fear, while the true sound is my breath moving in you like gentle wind across the fields before dawn rises fully. Slow your spirit just a moment and you will see shaking does not intimidate the one standing at the root. Change does not threaten the one who holds my hand. The noise outside is only backdrop to the brightness within. When the world asks, what is happening, you do not answer with analysis. You answer by simply being unshaken. Do you remember the days you lived by prediction? By planning? By the fear that if you did not hold tightly, you would lose. Yet now, each time you place your hand on your chest, you know you do not need to hold anything. You only need to stay in rhythm with me. This is the preparation I desire, not full hands, but a full heart. Not alert eyes from strain, but clear eyes from rest. Not a life crowded with tasks, but a spirit filled with me. Do not think I am pulling you away from life. I am pulling you into the true depth of life. People run through tasks to prove they exist. You breathe in me to truly live. And here, in this awakened space, every step you place on the earth is no longer coincidence. It is a step with a soul aligned to orders from the kingdom. There will come a day when I tell you to walk very slowly. Not because danger is near, but because something sacred is walking beside you. And there will come a day when I tell you to move quickly, not out of panic, but because a spiritual opportunity opens like a door that waits for no one. And you will not mistake it. For your heart has been trained to listen not with ears, but with knowing in your bones. Others still measure seasons by news and noise. You measure by the rhythm I place in your heart. Others ask each other, what should we do now? But you ask me. And because of that, you will never be late. My timing is not man's timing. And whoever walks in the cadence of heaven is never late in the plan of their life. Only late in the plans of people. And the plans of people were never your destination anyway. My child, rest gently in me. Do not strain like one fighting the night. Stand like one who knows dawn cannot fail to come. This is the hour I teach you the art of being in the world without belonging to it. The art of walking among people without being carried by their currents. The art of seeing every face as a soul waiting to be shielded by whispered intercession. You do not need to shout that you pray. You only need to breathe their names within my heart. And the angels will find their way to their homes through the door. Mercy opens in you. Never forget this. The stillness in you is not escape from battle, but the proof that you are standing in the right battlefield. Not every battle of mine has the sound of weapons. Many battles carry the sound of knees touching the ground and hearts melting in reverence. Not every mighty work begins with thunder. Many begin with a breath. And the breath I place within you is not to lull you into sleep, but to feed you so you can stand. You are called to stand, not by the strength of your own muscles, but with the solidity that comes from me. For a watchman does not stand by power, but by steady breath at the side of the one who never sleeps. There will be moments when you look up at an ordinary sky and feel the divine. There will be dawns that look like any other. Yet a door inside your heart opens without trumpet, yet still full of glory. There will be moments when I place a thought in your heart soft as silk, urging you to message someone, embrace someone, pray for someone, or tell someone they are not abandoned. And in those moments, you are carrying out heaven's assignment on earth without title or announcement. I do not need you to be famous to be fruitful. I need you to be saturated with my heart to become a channel. The soil never knows the name of the cloud, yet the cloud makes the earth green. You do not need to be mentioned for my light through you to pull someone out of their night. My child, stay here. Stay listening. Stay breathing. The day will come when you look back and realize that the nights I woke you were not to rob you of sleep, but to strip darkness of its right over your home. Those small breaths of intercession were stones I set into the wall protecting your family. And those soft tears were oil sealing the gate of your soul against fear. Never underestimate the prayer no one sees. The hidden prayers are seen most clearly in the realm where no human stands. And I am the one who answers in the place where no applause exists. Now sit here a little longer in this silence. I am still pouring, still refining, still tuning your rhythm. You are not defending alone. You are not fighting alone. You are learning to stand with me. And the world will know who your Father is not by sermons, but by the light in you that cannot be extinguished when shaking knocks at the door. My child, be still. I am near, and because I am near, you are safe. Hold this quiet. Do not rush out of this flow, for I am laying stones deep within you, in places no earthly sound can reach. This is not the hour for haste, not the moment to chase signs or emotional peaks. This is the hour of rooting, and roots do not grow in noise. Roots grow in stillness that listens. When your soul rests in me like a child laying its head on a father's shoulder, that is when I weave new strength into you. Not strength to fight, but strength to be still and still prevail. For soon, people will mistake urgency for wisdom. They will assume fast action is right action. But you will know the holy is never hurried. The holy arrives on time, and as long as you remain in my rhythm, you will always be on time for all I prepare. There will be times when you feel a gentle, invisible mist around you, not wet to your clothes, but soaking your spirit. That is my covering. And as you walk in the coming days and suddenly feel as though you are moving through another realm, though the scenery remains the same, do not think you are dreaming. You are moving in the spiritual layer with greater clarity, depth, and truth. I do not remove you from the earth. I lift your sight above it. Others will see turbulence and call it danger, but you will look and call it heaven's shift of seasons. And you will not run, you will stand. They will panic, you will breathe. They will hoard, you will intercede. They will close doors in fear. You will open the door of your heart for me to enter deeper still. In these days, do not fear when your heart becomes so sensitive that you can feel the quiet tremor inside another soul. It is not given so you may carry their weight, but so you may cover them, not to wound you, but to let you embrace them in silent prayer. I am placing upon your shoulders a mantle soft and still, yet heavy with trust. This is not the garment of a loud warrior, it is the robe of a keeper of heaven's gate, one whose mere presence forces darkness to measure its distance. You do not need to display power, you need only dwell in me, and power will flow on its own, like fragrance on the garment of one who has just come out of the king's chamber. If there comes a day when your heart feels little, do not think I am far. That is when I teach you to walk by knowing rather than by feeling. Mature faith does not require proof every minute. It requires steady union and quiet steadfastness. Emotions may fluctuate, but peace does not. Choose peace. Choose stillness. Choose to return to the place where you hear me most, where breath meets will, and will meets trust. Standing there, even when the signs are unclear, you will know the direction without needing full explanation. And when others ask, how are you sure, you will simply smile, without pride or strain, gentle and true, because my Father has spoken. You may notice the light in your eyes begin to change, not a blazing light, but a flame that does not go out, a flame that burns no one yet guides your steps, and anyone near you sees their path more clearly. It is the light of one who no longer needs to prove anything, because they know they have been appointed. The light of one who owes the world no explanation, because heaven has already spoken over their life in the secret court. This is one I trust. And I tell you this with gentleness sharpened by truth. Preparation is not panic. Preparation is willingness to hear and willingness to act. Each morning you open your eyes. Say, today I do not merely live, I stand watch. And watchfulness is not strain, it is resting your ear against the Father's chest to hear the rhythm of heaven. You will not miss the signal. I will not let you miss it. Even when you do not see, I see. When you sleep, I guard. When you weaken, I cover. When your mind wanders, I pull it back. You do not preserve yourself, you are preserved. Now sit a little longer in the atmosphere that surrounds you and know that what you feel is not imagination. This is real. This is the gathering hour for called souls. This is where I place your feet upon a new threshold. Do not fear because you do not know all things. Simply breathe and remember I am near. My peace is laying the foundation, and my steps will go before you in a land the world will call unstable. But you will call the opening of heaven. I am preparing you not only to hear warning, but to become the gentle warning humanity needs. For in the days ahead, the world will seek loud voices, but weary souls will seek quiet ones, and you will be that quiet one. Not because you are exceptional, but because you chose to remain near me when others chose noise. Do not leave. I am not finished speaking. Continue sitting in this light as soft soil waits for first rain, not expecting thunder, only opening because you know the sky is leaning near. I see how your spirit settles, not from exhaustion, but from knowing something greater than you is passing through this air. The stillness you feel is not emptiness, it is the foundation of power. Before I shake the earth, I steady the hearts I choose, so they will not tremble when all else trembles, will not tilt when all tilts, will not lose direction when the compass of many spins in fear. You are being anchored not by understanding, but by my presence. A time will come when you feel time pass differently, not as minutes flowing like water, but as cloth of heaven being woven thread by thread, each breath placing another grain of gold into a spiritual treasury. No one sees, but heaven records. You live among people, but your heart is placed in a deeper realm. You hear the world speak, but you respond to my voice. You watch circumstances, but you reflect divine intention, not earthly reaction. This is the mark of one called to stand at the hinge of a shifting season. Do you notice, in these recent days, your thoughts no longer run as before? They move slower, yet sharper. They do not rush outward, they sink inward, deep, where roots meet water. For soon, what sustains people will not be sheer strength of voice, but depth of root. Wind can strip branches, but it cannot uproot what grows where I pour water. You no longer do what is right only when you see results immediately. You do what is right because you hear me. And that is the first victory of one prepared. They win in the unseen before they win in what the eye beholds. There will be times I allow you to feel a gentle sorrow, but not sorrow of loss. It is holy sorrow. Sorrow because you see hearts still sleeping while dawn has already broken. Sorrow because you long to gather them into my light while they cling to the noise of men. Do not fear this sorrow. It is the sorrow of a heart shaped like mine. I, too, wept when I looked upon a city unaware of its visitation. Those tears will not weaken you. They cleanse your sight so you see clearly what I am doing. Those who weep for heaven never weep in vain. Every tear becomes intercession in water. Every tremor becomes a standing in the gap between heaven and earth. My child, learn this also. Not every silence is emptiness. Some silence is absence, but some silence is the height of presence. When I draw you into stillness, do not fear because you do not feel anything. Remember that when the wind stops to change direction, the tree stands still not because it has died, but because it is preparing to receive a new breath. So it is with your soul. The new wind is near, and you will know. For my peace will rest over you like mist holding drops of light on a leaf. Not heavy, not pressing, simply present in such a way that nothing else can touch you. There are moments I call you into your room, to close the door, to light a small candle, or simply sit in the dimness. Not to create atmosphere, but to settle the heart. For the heart is the gate. And people are not defeated because they are weak. They are defeated when they leave the gate open to the wrong voice. But you, I call you to guard the gate of your heart as one guards the door of their home. No one sleeps with their door wide open. Neither will you. Guard your heart, not by strain, but by remembering me. Every time your heart turns toward me, darkness loses its foothold. And if someday you feel as though your spirit lifts above your own thoughts, do not be alarmed. That is not fantasy. It is the vision of the Spirit placed upon you for a moment so you may see what others have not yet seen, the safe place, the path that avoids the wind, the shelter for those you love, and the right moment to speak or remain quiet. Spiritual sight does not come to boast. It comes to protect. When people ask, "How did you know?" you do not need to explain. Simply walk as one who knows because your Father has shown you. And that is enough. When shaking comes, many eyes will look at the sky, but your eyes will look at the one who rules it. Many will ask, "Why?" You will say, "Timing." Many will wait for stillness to believe that all is well, but you will know peace before stillness arrives, because your peace comes not from environment but from presence. My child, this is honor, not to avoid the storm, but to move ahead of the wind with your Father. Remember, this preparation is not for a moment of panic. It is for a lifetime of standing right. When the world shakes, those I trained in quiet will lead in peace. When the ground trembles under man, Your heart will still hear me say, I am here. And when darkness tests the doorway, it will see light on your threshold and understand this door is guarded. Now place your hand over your chest again, if you wish, not for ritual, but to remember your heartbeat is moving with mine. No trumpet needed, no shout needed, only breath, only awareness. You do not need to display strength. You need only know you belong to me. And darkness will retreat like water sliding off stone, unable to cling. Here, in this moment, you are being sealed, not with words, but with a depth of peace others will not understand. Do not hurry away. I am not finished. I am still soaking into you, and each drop is shaping your soul into a refuge of heaven for you and for those who will soon draw near to your life. Unaware they are seeking the light I placed in you. Remain in this gentle light, for I am leading you deeper, not through heavy commands, but through quiet breath full of power. Anyone watching from outside will say nothing is happening. But inside you, I know something is shifting, turning, changing rhythm like the moment night has not yet lifted yet. Dawn has already placed its foot on the mountaintop. No one hears. No one sees. But the atmosphere has changed, and only the awakened recognize it. You are walking through such a moment. Do not try to understand it with mind. Open your heart and let me carve. When heaven carves, no sound is made, yet life is changed. You will feel longer stretches of silence than before, not because of emptiness, but because I am widening spiritual space within you. The world measures value by fullness. I create value through emptied space made clean. Silence is not lack. Silence is where I place the things belonging only to heaven. Once, you feared silence because you mistook silence for abandonment. Now you love silence because you know I whisper only in stillness. Those who cling to noise will seek answers in haste. You will find certainty and peace. My child, let me say this slowly. Shaking will come, and it will not ask permission before it arrives. No one asks the sea if the wind may blow, and no one asks the earth if it is ready before it quakes. But listen to me, shaking does not come to erase, but to divide what is mine from what is not. Do not look at it through fear. Look as one who knows the Lord of time. Shaking does not awaken me. I permit shaking to awaken mankind. And you are not awakened by thunder. You are awakened by breath. For you are the one I placed near my heart to hear the hidden before the public. As days unfold, news may shift, winds may change, hearts may tremble, and minds may sway like grass touched by the first storm of the season. But you will not sway with the wind. You will stand like a pillar rooted in stone. When people ask, why do you not panic? You will not need long words. You will simply breathe and know because the Father spoke beforehand. The world prepares by warnings from outside. You prepare by reminders from within. There will be a day I lead you to rest your hand on your doorway and speak blessing over the air that passes through it. Do not think it strange. That is the gentle authority of those who belong to heaven. Protection is not always loud. Sometimes it is a quiet act done in stillness. There will be a day you walk past a house and your heart tightens, not in suspicion but in discernment. Pray, not to intrude into another's life but to open a path for light to enter before darkness does. This is your role, not only to guard yourself, but to guard the territory entrusted to you. Your neighborhood is not random. Your home is not random. Your family is not random. You are the standing point of light on heaven's map. Do not fear if I pull you away from a conversation where words turn sharp like unseen blades. Do not explain. Do not defend. Simply leave. When darkness tests the threshold through careless words, you will not react. You will close the door with authoritative silence. Your silence is not weakness. It is shield. Not every battle needs speech. Some victories are won by refusing to offer darkness a place to respond. In the coming days, you will notice your heart choosing purity on its own, not by force, not by discipline, but by clarity. What no longer matches the new rhythm will simply fall away. Those who are still asleep may call it distance. I call it spiritual repositioning. When I lift you to a higher vantage point, it is not to make you proud, but to make you a guardian. A guardian does not watch to find faults. A guardian keeps direction and senses what approaches. You will see, even in an ordinary morning, moments thin as mist. When the veil between heaven and earth feels lighter, in those instants, breathe. Because I am opening a gate not for you to leave, but for me to enter deeper into you. Do not wait for emotional intensity to believe the holy is happening. Spiritual maturity is not measured by tears. It is measured by long, unbroken stretches of peace. Fear pants. Peace breathes deep. You have learned to breathe. That is the sign of one who belongs to me in a shaking season. While others accumulate information, you cultivate presence. While others form backup plans, you form spiritual position. Not because you do not prepare, but because I, myself, am your preparation. My child, every time you walk through a dark room, do not simply turn on the light. Remember that in the unseen realm, you are the light before the light. Every night when you lock your door, do not only turn the key, whisper, "Heaven's peace resides here," and it will stand like an invisible guard. In a time of shaking, the right quiet word has more power than 1,000 loud, panicked cries. One gentle intercession in the kitchen can shift the atmosphere of a home more than 100 anxious conversations. I am not only teaching you to live, I am teaching you to command spiritual atmosphere through stillness. There will be nights when I call you by a feeling hard to name, like your heart brushing the edge of heaven's gate. Do not dismiss it to return to sleep. A single whispered prayer in that moment carries more weight than a sermon. Just say, "Father, cover, and I will do more than you ask." You do not need to carry, you only need to call the one who carries. What you do in darkness will shield what appears in the daylight. You do not see all things, but your whisper moves angels. And when you see someone trembling in fear, do not blame them for weakness. Remember, once you trembled too. Stand near with peace, not instruction. Just say, "There is light here." Sometimes that is enough for their soul to remember direction. You are not called to drag anyone. You are called to shine. Light does not demand footsteps. Light reveals the way. If they walk, blessed. If they do not yet walk, still blessed. For the seed has been planted. The sower does not chase applause. The sower waits for harvest time. You will see more clearly your role is not to predict, nor to analyze, nor to alarm. Your role is to anchor peace in a place that will feel the waves. You are not the voice of threat. You are the silent current of hope. When shaking draws near, the eyes of many will search for the one who does not tremble, and that will be your moment to stand. Calm as a tree that knows its roots are drinking from the river. It is not that you do not hear the news, you simply hear heaven first. It is not that you do not observe the world, you observe it from within presence. And it is not that you do not prepare for the future, your future has been prepared by the one who leads you. Now take a deep breath. Can you feel the space around you thicken with peace? That is not imagination. That is covering. I am surrounding you like Jericho before its fall. Not because the walls were strong, but because my decree had not yet lifted. Your house stands not because its walls are firm, but because I am there. Keep your heart like this, not panicked, not arrogant, not careless, not retreating. soft toward me, sharp toward darkness, gentle toward people, strong toward assignment. There will be moments I call you to stand still like a stone at the shore waiting for the tide to turn. There will be moments I call you to move swiftly to rescue someone from a wrong step. You only need to listen. You do not need to be skilled. You need to be close. You do not need to know all. You need to belong. I delight in you sitting here, open and quiet. I see you fully. No one knows the position I am placing you in, but I know. No one understands why you were pulled from the old rhythms, but I understand. And I speak this so your heart does not doubt this is not coincidence, not imagination, not exaggeration. This is calling. This is assignment. This is a soul standing in the night because the light knows your name. Peace is not a reward. Peace is a seal. Alertness is not fear. Alertness is the honor of the trusted. You are not on the outskirts. You are in the center of the plan. You do not stand alone. You stand in my hand. My child, remain seated in this holy stillness. For I have not yet brought you out of the deep. I am still weaving another layer into your soul like a patient craftsman threading gold into the robe of the chosen one. Do not think I repeat myself. I imprint. And what I imprint never leaves the marrow. What people hear once and forget, I carve until it becomes nature, so that when shaking comes, you do not try to remember, you simply stand. There are seasons I teach through action, but this is a season I teach through atmosphere. Not loud sound, heavy stillness. You think silence is rest, but this silence is heaven's training for a soul mature enough not to require thunder to obey. When I am quiet, I am not distant. I am quiet because I am near enough that words are unnecessary. And you must treasure this. Many ask all their lives for a single word. Yet you are being led by the frequency of presence. Do you feel it? The space around you growing thicker. Not heavy but full. Not crowded. Yet, as if someone stands beside you, saying nothing, yet never leaving. That is me. When the earth trembles, you will not fear, for you will know my presence arrived before the shaking. The one who senses heaven before the world shifts is the one who is truly awake. You are standing in that rare place now. There will be moments when you pour water into a cup or wash your hands under soft light, and your heart suddenly stills as though an unseen hand rests upon your shoulder. Not cold, not trembling, just real. A truth beyond logic and beyond language. Do not seek meaning in that instant. Simply pause and know my Father is reminding me to hold my post. Not a physical post, but a spiritual one, alert, gentle, still, bright, interceding, listening. There will be a day when you look into someone's eyes and see behind them a battle they themselves do not know. You will not push them. You will shield them in silent prayer. No need for hands. No ritual needed. Only one quiet beat of the heart saying, Father, guard them. The angels will hear. The atmosphere will shift. Darkness will retreat. Not because you are great, but because you belong to me and I am here. Do not fear this weight, for it does not crush you, it deepens you. If you feel the seriousness, do not think I have taken joy from you. My joy is not loud laughter, it is a warm, steady flame that never dies in the heart of one who knows the weight of presence. This joy does not fade when seasons change, does not disappear when people change, does not tremble when earth changes. It is the joy of standing in my will, knowing every breath is closeness. Every moment is knowing. Every step is leading. If you wake one morning and your heart hears a faraway sound no one else hears, do not call it strange. It is heaven tuning your spiritual antenna. You are not catching noise. You are catching stillness. When people ask how you know who to pray for, how you know what to avoid, how you know where to stand, you will simply smile, because you know my wind walks before you. In this season, do not fear solitude. Solitude is not loneliness. It is when heaven lifts the world's noise from your soul so you can hear correctly. The unawakened fear silence because they hear themselves. You love silence because you hear me. People busy themselves to avoid meeting their own heart. You seek stillness to meet mine. That is the distinction of those who carry oil. There may be moments when you feel a gentle tension, like a bow being drawn, not to launch you, but to align you. Do not mistake it for anxiety. Anxiety pushes outward, the spirit pulls inward. Anxiety quickens the heart, the spirit deepens the breath. Anxiety clouds the eyes, the spirit clarifies them. Learn this difference, and when you discern correctly, you will know what I place in you is unlike what the world places in others. Soon, there will be an evening when you look at the sky and do not simply see a sunset, but a doorway, as if the thin veil between earth and heaven has softened. Not imagination, spiritual unveiling. Heaven is not far, only hearts are far, and you are near. When someone asks, "What if shaking really comes?" you will not answer with fear. You will answer with your nature. If the Father is here, then no "what if" can frighten me. I did not call you to tremble. I called you to stand. People hope for calm skies so they can live. I give you peace so you can walk even when skies are not calm. No one holds you. I hold you. No one directs you. I direct you. No one can break you, for I formed you with breath that does not break. Do not wonder why you grow more gentle toward the weak, yet uncomfortable with shallow, careless laughter. This is refinement. Those trained by heaven see clearly what is hollow, what is false, what is driven by the dust of the world. Not to despise, to intercede. When you see someone rushing toward what is not theirs to chase, you need not speak. Embrace them in silence and whisper my name over them in your heart. On nights when your heart opens like a doorway touched by wind, go to your room or simply close your eyes where you stand and say one sentence, "I am ready." You need not say more. I hear that sentence louder than 1,000 sermons. For readiness is not spoken by lips, it is held by a heart in position. There will be times you feel pulled away from a movie, a conversation, or a song, not because it is sinful, but because it does not carry the air suitable for a soul being prepared to stand in divine wind. Obey. Do not hesitate. In this season, your quick obedience is an invisible barrier between your household and chaos. I am not harsh with you. I am protecting what I am birthing in you. And my child, remember this. I did not place you in this season to live by warnings. I placed you to become the answer when others fear. I did not let you hear the tremor to shake you. I let you hear it so you would stand before the wind arrives. I did not call you out of the crowd to isolate you. I called you out to become a point of light in a night others do not yet recognize. When the ground trembles, people will look around. When the heart trembles, people will look up. When both tremble, they will seek those who heard heaven first. And when they look at you, they will not see someone strong. They will see someone held. Not because you know everything, but because I know everything and you are in me. Do not think the goal is to survive. The goal is to stand in your calling. You are not living only for yourself. You are living to shelter those I place around you. And I speak this not to burden you, but to open the honor before you. The trusted do not tremble at responsibility. They stand tall because they were chosen to stand. My child, now let every sound outside fall away like leaves drifting from autumn branches, and let only my breath touch your heart. No more learning. No more preparing. No more analyzing. No more searching. Simply remain. This is no longer the moment of speaking. This is the moment of imparting. You have walked through layers, breaths, and silences that brought you into a land no one enters unless they are invited. And now, I am not merely speaking to you, I am appointing you. For the soul is not shaped by applause nor by praise from men, but by the moment it knows where it belongs and where it stands when heaven moves. And you are standing rightly now. Feel it, the atmosphere is not what it was when you began to listen. Your inner world no longer runs as it once did. You no longer hear me with the mind, you hear me from that deep, unnamed place within. This is the sign that you have touched the realm not of ritual, but of communion. You are not simply following faith, you are breathing with the one who authors it. You are not holding commandments, the law is being written on the soft tablet of your heart. And it is not the eyes of people that confirm you, I confirm you. My child, the final step of this journey is not action but surrender. Not surrender to a task, but surrender to the Father. For what you do only carries power when you remain in the one who sends you. Some are eager to run before they are held, but you have been held before you will be sent. This is why you are different. Once you chased signs, now signs will follow you. For where light abides, signs abide. Now close your eyes for a moment, not to escape the world, but to touch the realm I am opening within you. Do not try to feel, you do not need to feel. Knowing is enough. I am making your heart the first place. Heaven's foot rests when the wind changes. Not where the crowds gather, but where one listening soul stands ready. You will never see ordinary things the old way again. Each time the wind moves, you will not just hear wind, you will hear intention. Each moment of stillness will not merely be calm, it will be the clearing of the stage for what is coming. Each person you encounter will no longer be simply a person, they will be a point heaven may touch through the presence you carry. Not because you strive, but because you remain near. Many desire power, I give you nearness. Many desire prophecy, I give you sensitivity. Many desire visions of angels, I give you eyes so steady that storms cannot shake them. And truly, my child, that is power greater than words. For the one whose gaze is still cannot be moved by tempest. And the one who stands when the earth trembles becomes proof that heaven has set its throne upon them. Do you know the greatest miracle today? It is not the words I have spoken. It is that your heart opened enough to receive without questioning. Others hear and analyze. You hear and breathe it in. This is the evidence you are no longer learning. Me. You belong to me. Bow the heart once more and let everything soften. Not because you are weak, but because you know you are held. In this world, strength is measured by gripping tight and never releasing. But in my kingdom, the strong are those who lean into the Father, who release, who surrender, who let me lift. When you let go, I uphold. When you release, I carry. When you rest, I speak. Not because you silence yourself, but because I am near. And now, imprint this deeply. Like a seal cut into living stone, you do not leave this moment as someone who merely listened. You leave as one who carries a flame that does not go out. Not a flame that bursts loud and fades, but a quiet ember, steady across seasons, bright enough to hold back winter from any soul entrusted to your influence. Your light is not a marketplace lamp that burns bold then dies. Your light is the watcher's fire in the night. Small, yet unwavering. Faithful until dawn. Tomorrow, you will live as usual. But every ordinary moment will carry the sacred. You will drink as one who knows the source. You will speak as one who carries stillness. You will walk familiar streets with a new identity. Everything will look the same. Yet you will not be the same, for your Father has marked you. not with earth-rattling thunder, but with peace so thick nothing can shake it. Now I place my covering upon you, like a great hand resting upon the shoulder of a child, stepping into night unafraid. The breath of darkness will not touch your dwelling. Fear will not take your hand. Among 1,000 voices you will know mine. When others run, you will stand, and my hand will not leave your shoulder for even 1 second. Look ahead, my child, not with the calculating mind, but with faith anointed by oil. You will not chase signs, signs will chase you, for your heart has become a place heaven rests. You do not wait for a command to enter the field. You already stand in your appointed place, ready not through frantic preparation but through nearness to me, near enough to hear my breath. Do not worry about what to say to people. Live in such peace that they ask why you are unshaken. Do not worry about preparing every scenario. Simply stay close enough for me to guide each step. No one measures the wind, yet the one who stands in the right place moves before it. And you will move first, not because you are strong, but because you are led. Now breathe deeply in this holy moment. Breathe in peace as thick as morning clouds resting on mountaintops. Release everything not born of heaven. Let this truth seal itself like a jewel pressed into your marrow, speaking within you. Whenever you forget, you do not walk alone, you do not watch alone, you do not live alone. Your Father holds your hand, keeps you, leads you, goes before you. Go, my child, slow like dawn, stretching across water, rooted like deep-grown trees, calm as a lake untouched by wind, bright as the one who knows morning cannot fail to come. When the screen turns dark, presence does not fade. When the video ends, the covenant stands. Walk now, and with every step, remember in your bones, without needing to speak it, heaven goes with you, and heaven has chosen you without error. I remain here, not in sound, but in your breath. When you breathe, I am near. When you still yourself, I speak. When you move, I go before you, and the season you step into already knows your name, for I have called it from eternity. May the Lord always remind you to live each day in His faith and His love. Tap, follow, and turn on the bell so you do not miss the sacred messages He desires to give. May God bless you. Amen.